Everybody, this is Teach here. I got some sad news. Even though on YouTube I haven't really posted any Rocketcraft content, but today, September 14th, 2025, Rocketcraft is coming to a close. And so I just kind of wanted to take a minute to show off all the things I built this season. It's been about 18 months or longer than that, probably 80 weeks. And yeah, it's been a heck of a ride. We did a lot of cool stuff. And so let's check it out. I did take some notes a while back because I knew the season was ending, but I've been so busy being a homeowner and stuff. But yeah, let's get to some builds. Might as well start right here. This isn't where it started, but actually no, let's go take you to where it started. Rocket Townington Fieldsville Berg. This is where it all began. So for the first like 2 weeks, maybe, first little bit of time, I think it might have been a month actually. It was a long time ago. But everyone started off here. And everyone got a plot. A lot of people lived here the whole season. Let's get up in the air and get a good look. All the beautiful builds. I can't even tell you who built what for the most part. I know this is my house. I did like a laugh now, cry later kind of thing with the blocks, and these were my first diamonds I mined. Put them in the house. We got these freaking guys making the Jerry noises. But yeah, I basically just marked out a chunk, put a little bit of storage in here, set a bed, and then built a second story. And there's a block above there, but this is my fishing farm. I would fish right here. You've probably seen a tutorial on how to build this. Okay, you just aim up there and it'll... Oh, and I had to build this floor out of diorite and stuff that wouldn't burn, because you know, but yeah, there's a hopper minecart. Oh, there was. There's supposed to be a hopper minecart in there. It's probably in one of these. Now where it got deleted, I have no idea. But this is where I got most of my early game stuff. And there's still a bunch of cooked cod in here. I had so much food. There's some more storage over here. Then it goes further down, I guess. I don't know what this is. Just me mining. Collecting blocks. I don't know. That was a long time. And then there's a secret area over here to... It was to Lobos. Now it's covered up. But yeah, this is the starter house. And then Retro has a basement somewhere over this way. There's an igloo. And Retro built a little house. This is the Christmas area. But somewhere over here, there's an igloo. And here it is. Retro's rural residence. So, as you may know, igloos have a villager and a zombie villager. Down here in the little, there was a little cell right here. I built a portal behind them, and then the villager converted to a zombie villager, and then I just had them chase me. Where am I at? I just had them chase me down this hallway. I forget I don't have armor on. I don't have regen effect either. Yeah, here's Retro's basement. I had them chase me all the way down this way. Try not to take any damage. This guy's been here all season. There's 300 blocks to one way, and then 300 blocks all the way to down here. Originally, I had dug the tunnel out this way. Yeah. And I dug to here. And this is minus 2,500, minus 2,500. But we cured the two villagers over here. We named them Romulus and Remus. And then we set up a villager breeder here in the nether. Because we have big plans. We needed villagers. I needed an iron farm. Chef was building the Library of Alexandria with every single book trade. And then we filled up the other half with just books, lanterns, and glass. The notorious BLG. But yeah, I did have like a little armor equipping station because I used to respawn in here. So we would breed the villagers over here. I actually had a working iron farm in the nether. And then we'd bring them all the way down to here is the entrance of the library. And like somewhere in the wall here, there's still some remnants. There might even still be a guy behind here. I don't have any tools. But we would cure them right here. We had a station where we would select their job. And then we had a husk that would turn him back into a zombie. And then we'd give him a gold apple. And then we would boat them or minecart them over to here. And this portal used to be inside of here, right dead center where this fountain is. But over here we have the Library of Alexandria. We have all of the books in alphabetical order. The max versions, they're all always the top trade. Fire protection. Fire protection. Well, it's tricky. But yeah, as you can see, we got all of the book trades that we could possibly want, and a lot that we didn't really want. Like, where's the one? Curse of Binding, Curse of Vanishing, who cares? And then on this side, these guys all trade. Oh no. These guys all trade one bookshelf and then buy one book. And they also have glass and lanterns. And I wanted these because we needed a lot of glass. We needed a way to get a lot of glass really easily. So, you know, we got glass like that. And so I should explain this too. Chef, Lanny, myself, and Lobo all are part of a conglomerate. We got all of our bases are near each other. So like Lobo's is right over here. You need to be careful. Right up over here, Lobo built a bunch of beautiful stuff. I helped a lot with this pyramid. Lobo did the building of it. Actually, Lobo decided he was going to build a gold farm. And I was like, sweet. You know what else a gold farm needs? An iron farm. And then, so since we got a gold farm and an iron farm, we might as well fill this entire thing with max villagers, clerics specifically, so we can trade the rotten flesh and the gold, and I can buy redstone. So we did a lot of that. That's where I got all my redstone this season. Then I'm like, we might as well build a big old bamboo farm. Look how fast that comes in. It's just constant. I actually got to check this every once in a while because it will just overfill and break. Yeah, we got auto crafters crafting into bamboo blocks, but I've also hooked this up to make chests and stuff before. And it works a little something like this. So whenever there's an update to, let me see if I can't get like a, this will work I guess. Whenever there's an update to the redstone torch, there's a solid block above it and then there's a piece of redstone. And you want to use a pumpkin because it's a light block and it conducts redstone, but anytime the bamboo grows up, the pistons will push it, immediately breaks it. And then you just stack a bunch of those. This is the original one. This was not good enough, so I made this one, and I don't really have a way to break into the redstone. But another thing you need when you have when you want to make redstone components is stone and cobblestone. So I made this stone generator. It's an old design. It works pretty good. We got the haze beacon going on, and I plopped it right here next to the trident killers so that my pickaxe would never break. And then down here we got the storage system. It's kind of messy. Both of these levers have to be on to turn on the gold farm, and then this is where the cobblestone and stone went, and empty shulker boxes apparently. Yeah, and this filters out the items, and they're probably maxed out and yeah, not picking up shit anymore. But we got two allays over here. They pick up the gold swords and they drop them into these smelters. And then we got a crafter, sends the ingots back over here, and then we get gold blocks out here. And that was fun. The crafters that just came out, and it is messy and hard to navigate down here, but let's sleep. So yeah, so this is where I got my supply of XP, redstone components. I just kind of took over Lobo's area here, and he built this pyramid and the gold farm, and Lobo just wants to build. But then directly opposite of the gold farm, we have the piglin bartering that I designed myself. It is empty. I should have grabbed some gold, but it's whatever. There's a hopper clock that spits a gold item up, and then a few ticks later it moves this gold block, and that pisses them off and makes them throw their item and try to come fight somebody. They don't know who to fight. The item just drops straight down, and then these slime block pushers push. And it took me a long time to figure out you need an amethyst bud to align properly. You need something that the slime block won't stick to, but also aligns the item up. Yeah, and they just run over these filters. And this too was very lucrative this season. And here we just got the overflow. I had to set up an overflow because I wanted a happy ghast. Yeah, we got a shulker box, loader. Whenever it's full, it just spits out the shulker box at you, so you can just like grab a bunch of gravel. And I got this pack here that lets me do this. Yeah, and he breaks it and you got a full shulker box. Yay! We have a salt generator over here hooked up with the observers. Like I figured out that observers will trigger lava to flow faster and therefore generate blocks faster, and I should have done that for the stone gen that I had, but I didn't. So anyway, that's the lighthouse. This is Lobo's other portal, library, Lobo. Laney's like over behind Lobo. He has his own portal. It's like 100 blocks away still from this hallway. I just kind of want to show this off just for bragging purposes, if I can dig to it. I might not have the... Oh, you might hear it. Yeah, there's a live shulker. So we're going to float on into the other base. The main base. This is my island. I built this creaking statue on stream. But the first thing I built here was this iron farm trading hall, which is now just a string farm, so it hasn't produced any iron in a long time. I think I need to break the beds and stuff. Yeah, we got basic stuff here. I wanted a lot of stonemasons because I thought I was going to be building with a lot of quartz. But as you can see, these guys don't. These guys haven't reset their trades in a long time. This guy's actually cured. He's got a mending. So we used him at first as Mr. Pants Hat. And we got Mr. Shoe Shirt. And that guy just because I wanted to be able to use a grindstone around here. But yeah, fishermen are really good because they will buy, especially if you cure them. I'll show you that trick another time. A little fishing farm here to sell to him. We could... a stone generator here. And then I don't know if Nan ever got her silk pick. But yeah, in control for it, so it generates its own stuff too. Danger villager. It generates its own stuff here. And then I stole some dripstone and built this farm. I emptied it out kind of recently and turned everything into blocks. And we got a little bonemeal powered sugarcane farm. It's not the fastest. The fastest one is over here. I do have a video on this. There was a Ravager right on these two. And then there was sugarcane in here, and we just bonemealed the crap out of them. And the Ravager broke it immediately, and then there was an allay flying around. That was just a fun little project I did on stream. This is a warped stem farm that I designed myself. It's one wide tileable. You can kind of... So every once in a while this clock, if it's not shut off, it's full right now. But this clock will go off, it'll fire bone meal from that dispenser, and then once it's done, well, also this dispenser. And then when it pulls back, it triggers the scaffolding, which goes up these sticky pistons, and it pushes the wood out this way, and then this one pushes them out this way, and then it cubes them up and pushes them out this way. Yeah, I got a lot of wood early on. And for the nether hub, nether tunnel, you might have seen earlier. This is my flower farm. It's pretty good. It'll make enough bone meal to sustain itself if I let it. But I don't need to because I got this. I got really sick one weekend and I drained the ocean out here because I saw there was tropical fish spawning. And I just seen a video from old Rusty about how fish will, when they spawn, they will try to pathfind into too deep water. So I got some too deep water right here, and they just drop straight into a trident killer. And that produces a lot of bones for me. Enough that I got a shulker box loader for the bone blocks, which is empty because I haven't ran this thing in a while. But yeah, we got item filter. If I just yeah, it goes in here, makes, oh, there's a sponge in there, that's why. Weird. But yeah, it just keeps firing. And also, you'll see a bone block in here every third time or something, unless this is broken too. Which it very well could be, because there was a sponge. Oh no. It's just too fast to see. Yep, bone block. Bone block. Lizard. 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 And then this is Egg Fur's kelp farm. And it will just spit out kelp as fast as the bone meal can come in. And this thing produces bone meal. This is probably over full too. I haven't been out here in a while to check on things. But yeah, once there's some bone meal in there, the bucket will break it. And it'll fire. And then, you know, you need 13 smokers to keep up with this one kelp farm. If you want to turn it all into kelp blocks, which we got a lot of. And also, there has been a bug or something where my axolotls keep getting deleted, but there's supposed to be 16 axolotls in each of these chambers, and that gives me a good amount of the regen effect. And it'll go on for hours. Yeah, so I built the iron farm first, and then I didn't even have an elytra, and I built this mob farm. This is a double or a split density general mob farm. The mobs will spawn here and there. If I wait a second, you'll see them come in. They spawn like crazy on both sides. And I don't know why they're not spawning right now. Somebody's probably running the dungeon. But yeah, here we also get our gunpowder. It all goes into shulker boxes. Then we also got more bone blocks in here. And I get redstone from in here. That's all I really needed. I didn't need string. I didn't need anything other than gunpowder, really. So it's just your typical scaffolding, pushing mobs. They'll spawn in here, they get pushed down, the water pushes it that way. We did 2 blocks of magma blocks because spiders. They get stuck in the trident killer. No. I built this storage system, which I try to design myself, but it's really just the plan was to do the bulk system, which is this. This is really cool. If you, so any of these almost empty. Anyway, if you empty one of these out, pardon the noise, it'll break and give you a new box of whatever that was. And so I got that for all these items, and then this I just had here for quick crafting, even though sand's down there. I didn't think about combining them with gunpowder. As I tried to, well, I didn't try to, I made Kairu's crafter. But this is like 1/9 hopper speed. I designed my own crafter, which is this here. It worked really well. It's also 1/9 hopper speed. And if you replaced, I think it's that dropper, with a crafter, and then you put the bow recipe into that crafter, it will make dispensers. So yeah, we built the iron farm. Then we needed totems. The chef refuses to die for any reason. So part of why we chose out here is because we wanted to get totems. So we got a raid farm out here with. This is also very messy, but there's no totems. There's some. Yeah, you get 4 totems per raid. And then I wanted to build like a sandy city out here, but it just never happened. Over here is where I was collecting husks during the day. Yeah, there's husks. Ow. And I'm over here, dang it. BRB. Oh, we got a message. The end is officially done. I'm gonna go grab an elite and head over there. Lizard, lizard, lizard. It's about to get dark. I kind of want to show you my my beacon beams will turn red when it's time to sleep. Do I got any shoes? Where are more rockets? See, they're red now. It's time to sleep. Alright, we're gonna go meet Chef. I don't think I got a shot of me flying down the... Ah. Yeah, all the blue nether wood needed to go for this. My tunnel is 300 blocks down this way. We got the nether hub. Looking real nice. You can fly up here and get out to the nether. It's color coded. It's got the directions on it. We did have coordinates on for most of the season until Crystal Craze. Then Ace built this lovely tunnel. He made it look like a whatever this room is called. The stronghold. Yeah, words aren't that hard. Let's grab a pumpkin head. Not because we're scared, but because we actually don't need to be scared. You know what? I headed up this project. Chef is the workhorse, though. He did all of the work on stream. And as you can see, we got invisible water columns coming up to all of the fountains, the gateways. We got end crystals back up where they go. Looking cool as heck. And then we got the sun. Would you just look at that? The lichen. Sometimes, okay, so we had to set up an entire grid of dispensers to completely eliminate the end island. And this took several months, several hours AFK at various mob farms. It took people mining sand. It took a lot. And I've been informed that I won an award for this build, but I think we should give it to Chef. Get naked for the camera. No! Alright, let's try this again. Sometimes being a mobile user, likes to shut me down. Yeah, this is the man right here that did most of this work on stream, on TikTok, Kick, Twitch, YouTube's, all the things. Absolutely gorgeous, chef. Look at that. Oh, and I bet you if I turn on vibrant visuals, I bet you it crushes my game. Ooh. There it is. Never mind. Looked good for a second. I wonder what happened. I gotta play with the settings. There actually was 2 dragon eggs at one point. And we're back at home. This is a lava farm that if you're scooping lava buckets, it'll just continually refill. Never really got to use that. This is an armadillo powered XP farm. That guy took all my armor. And then this is the cannon. I think it needs a little work. But let's do this. I was playing around with making a cobweb farm out of it. Wow, that takes forever, bro. It just came right back. That sucked. Let me go get a sword or something real quick. Oh yeah, the storage. I only ended up doing the bulk storage. Then literally everything else just piles up into the... And then at one point I did pay May to organize my stuff. But like... I don't think I have any dragon heads. I do not. Yeah, I need a sword or something. That's all better. That cobweb was intentional. Yeah, they're all in there. You just open up this chest. It fires a splash potion and a rocket, and it didn't do the splash potion. Wow. Anyway, this will launch you into the air when it's operating. But it looks like I'm out of windburst potions, so that is a nice segue into do I have make sure I don't already have a this is for when you got boxes of stuff. I think I have a I do. So I don't have enough. Yeah, I do. So for this, you add 9 ingredients at a time, and it will make your potions for you in that order. And it's a kind of a cool. There's a circuit that I like that we used over here. So this, the comparator, when it runs over the detector rail, I know it's really hard to see. I don't have a way up. So when the minecart goes over the detector rail, it'll send a pulse out to this redstone dust, which will send the powered rail power, and it'll send the minecart again. So you do nether wart, breeze rods, then 9 gunpowder, and all these automatically get filled up with water bottles. I forgot a shulker box. So yeah, the minecart goes over the hoppers and puts the items in order in the chest. And unfortunately we gotta wait a full minute now for these to all brew. But it's a short little thing. Yeah, only 3 ingredients. I did have to manually fill the blaze powder. Yeah, as you can see, it is brewing. And I did 9 of them because 9 times 3 is 27, and 27 is how many slots you have in a shulker box. So now we got our wind charging. We're just going to make them splashes now. You can see down here, breeze rod makes wind charge. Once you do nether wart, you can do this, and then you get this. You can also do weaving and oozing and infestation. So now we got our wind charging, and we just pull this lever up. That unlocks these bottom hoppers, and then also locks these top hoppers, which are full of water bottles. And then once this is full, we can break this. You flick the lever again, it'll all fill up with water bottles. And it's ready to go again. We make a lot of potions really fast this way. And I should have grabbed a pick when I thought of it. What kind of utility is this? It don't help either. Alright. So you cannot have a shulker box in your dispenser. That will break everything. So over there we got our wind charge potion here. And on this side we got a super beefy firework. It's the max amount of firework charges you can get. I really don't have coordinates on to show you how high I go, but you open the chest, boom, it knocks Miss Mario out the game. Now I'm just gonna kind of float for a minute. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you can get to anywhere on the server like this. Just start following the dots. But yeah, the lights are red. That means it's time for bed. Yeah, it's been a very fun season of Rocketcraft. I'm very much looking forward to next season where we're going to do the same thing, but a little different and a little better, as you do when you repeat such things. Yeah, here's the map. There's another iron farm over here, but I didn't show it. But there is another one, and it is good, and it's got a lot of good stuff. There's a shulker farm that I didn't finish over here, but it's really cool when it works. You're supposed to put a trident in here, and the trident will hit when a new shulker spawns, it'll hit it twice, so that way the other shulker bullet only has to fire once to kill it. And we got this big old building here that I designed, but I did not build. Same with the end project. I designed it, but I didn't build anything. Really, I just blew up a bunch of stuff and died a lot. Cleared a lot of land. Took a lot of man hours for that. But this isn't finished either. I still got to put fires on the other side of it too. But yeah, I designed the pillars. The pillars are my chunk borders, and then I just kind of built up from there, and people came over and helped me. These are all diamond blocks that I mined with my tunnel borer. I'll show you the tunnel borer. It's down under here. I'm not really a fan of the long staircases anymore. Since I started doing speed runs and playing on other worlds and stuff since the start of the season, I will just dig a 2x2 straight down and then put ladders going up. Yeah, down here I'd already cleared out a lot of this stuff, but we got we did have a lot of deep slate, a lot of stuff in here. This tunnel went all the way down that way, and then I decided it went too far, and I blew up another hole out this way. And you're not really going to be able to see much, but TNT will make a hole big enough for itself to keep going. You get a lot of blocks like this. There's just 32 deep slate from one fire. 48. So yeah, if you ever want to mailman's here. Yeah, if you ever want to get a lot of deep slate really quick, that's the best way to do it. Anyways, I'm going to get back to it. I look forward to seeing y'all next season. Hopefully I'll be better about recording stuff. But until then, adios. Bye, con Dios.